Hey, Gutfoxx here. Today I'm going to open packs and talk about the game. A lot of freeze-off talk, a lot of talk about upcoming content for Father's Day. Sorry, I got to keep it down a little bit. The young one's just a couple feet away here. So let's go ahead and open these packs. I bought a 20-pack bundle along with some other packs that I've gotten from just, straight up just grinding the game. So we're going to get through them. First off, I really haven't dropped a video on MLB since the freeze-off, and I'm sorry for that. Content's kind of slowed down. In this summer, way of life where I'm just kind of like relaxing a little bit more. So I apologize. I'm trying to get more gameplay. But it does seem like, besides for like the regular updates that I really should do videos on, it does feel like, MLB is what it is, right? It's right now. You just got to do gameplay on new cards and stuff. Sorry that my face is off the screen. It's kind of, I got to get closer to the mic here. All right, just move it closer. But we'll try and get better like that. Anyways, talk about freeze-offs. So they actually made a comment on it. Victor, who I did not know was like a SDS community manager. Victor SDS on PS, Twitch, Reddit, passionate breakfast food eater, opinions of my own. So anyways, he tweeted out, the video reports of the freezes have been super helpful. Big thanks to everyone for bringing those to our attention. And yeah, the update's in the work. Can't give details, but stay tuned. So I'm just glad they started communicating with us. I'm glad that they're working on it. It is kind of strange. The games have been out for a couple months now, and we haven't gotten one gameplay patch. Whereas like last year, they patched the gameplay within a couple days, which is obviously a mistake, right? We said that last year. Definitely don't want to patch. Ooh, a little diamond. Come on, Mike Trout. Come on, big money. It is obviously a mistake for them to get it. It's just an 85 to 89, so it's pretty bad. For them to patch it early, but it's been a couple months, so hopefully the next update's going to be a big one. Another Chapman, huh? Chapman got lit up the other day by Nelson Cruz, right? Got the walk-off against him, 22,000 on him. So I got a few of them, actually. I got 5 Chapmans, been saving my Chapmans. I thought he might have been gone up, but he did not. Anyways, they've talked about it, right? And that's kind of what we want. It's weird that they kind of like just stopped communicating with us. Is like SDS, I don't know what's going on. Why have we become too toxic of a game community? Because it doesn't feel that way to me. At least the talk on social media over the last few years has all been kind of positive. Ever since 18 was kind of disaster, but since that time, people have really been big fans of MLB and kind of shown that love towards the game. So the fact that they kind of pulled back from talking to us is kind of strange because they used to talk quite a bit more. I don't know. Are they short-staffed? Do they, worry about what they say on social media now? Because, that is kind of how bureaucracies end up going. Is SDS getting to be that kind of size company, right? Obviously Sony's huge, billion-dollar company or whatever. And SDS is hopefully growing now that they've got a new platform that they're, a lot of more people I see buying. It's like, was it the biggest game in April when they launched? I don't know if I've seen May numbers. It was probably pretty big in May too. But anyways, it is frustrating, right? Because, they said in the first line, it was kind of strange. It said, video reports of freezes have been super helpful. Big thanks to everyone for bringing this to our attention. Like, and this is, obviously said that after my video. I don't know how many videos of other freezes they have that they've had over the years that have not been patched, right? I got other people in my comments saying, hey, you know what? There's other ways of freezes happening. Now, sometimes it's not intentional, right? Like when you hit a pitcher and they move off the mound, it sometimes freezes the game right there. I've had the game freeze when my guys have walked back to the dugout after an inning and it just froze off. And I'm like, oh gosh, it was like, I don't know, I was 2-0 in BR, so I decided to quit. But there are other freeze-offs in the game, and they have videos evidence of that, but it's still been a problem in the game for years. And it is strange that MLB is one of the only games that I play, if not the only game that I play, that suffers from the freeze-off. So there's something inherent in the code that's bugging this, and it's been bugging it for years. Ooh, double diamonds. I'm actually super lucky today. And a lot of people said in my comments too, like, hey, the home run way, right? Apparently got to disconnect your controller to do it. So I actually screwed up my freeze-off too, because I thought you just had to replay the home run for it. But anyways, it is frustrating, right? After sending in these videos of freeze-offs for years, this year, sending them in, they haven't really done anything. They haven't really communicated with us. Hey, they talked about in one stream, like, okay, we're going to look at R2s, and that's cool. I mean, we just want them to talk to us and to, like, let us know that, like, hey, we know these issues are in the game. We're working on them. We're aware of them. Having some sort of like tracking board. I know other games have tracking boards for issues in the game would be a really neat thing. So we could say, hey, they're looking at this specific freeze off and so on. So hopefully they get better with community. What's the word I'm looking for? Communication going forward. And people are mad at me, right? People are mad at me for keeping the video up, and that's understandable. I totally have been through this a lot with EA before, with freeze offs. Every time I see a freeze off, I cringe now. I feel bad about it, but like, I don't know. They haven't done anything for a while. I understand the anger. I expected it, and I really hope they get a fix out soon. If they don't give a fix out, then what I do is wrong, right? If SDS says screw it, community, screw you, we're not fixing it, is that my fault then? Maybe. I can see it. I mean, they say, obviously that's not going to happen because they say the update's in the works, but I'm just trying to think of it like a theoretical, right? If they're like, no, we're not going to fix it, am I the bad guy then? Kinda. But I'm just glad it's not going down that path. Although you need the bad guy, you need the Scarfaces in the world, you need the heels of the community. I think like your friend Kyle does a really good job at playing the heel a lot of times in the community. But anyways, that's not all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about other things, right? And then customer service. Talk about like maybe they just don't have enough staff anymore with their expanding game, because I'm still missing. It's been a few months since, and maybe only a month, since I put in a ticket for my, where are you? My 82 Bryce Harper, right? This guy I got for completing the Nation of Baseball Conquest, for completing it. I put in a ticket a month ago. I still don't have it, right? As you see, I have a very, fleshed out thing. I don't have the Todd Father. Oh, I got to get him out of the event, so I got to grind for him. But I want to get my binder basically complete, right? And I don't have him, so it's super annoying that they didn't grant them to me. And other people, it's been months for them too that they've lost stuff for. Some people obviously got replies. So like their customer service is very frustrating to deal with from a customer standpoint. And like it's just something that they haven't said anything about. They haven't said, oh, we're in the process of hiring people. Obviously, maybe they wouldn't comment on things like that externally, but it's still been months. And people are missing stuff that they paid for too. So that's very frustrating for the community. I will say, do not come to me with freeze offs. I have no power to help you out. And even if I did, it would be, I'm not going to go to SDS with, as limited of a capability as I have to do that, and say like, hey, you should ban this guy because he frees off this guy. Because somebody on Twitter, let me tell you this quick story. I said it on Twitch the other day. I'm not going to give names anymore, but I showed it on Twitch, the tweets and stuff. He's like, hey, my opponent frees me. Can you get him banned? I'm like, hey, sorry, man, I don't have that kind of power. And then the opponent tweeted me video evidence of the guy that said, hey, my opponent tweeted me. My opponent frees me off. Video evidence of the other dude doing it. So the first guy that tried to get the opponent banned was the actual one that caused the freeze off in the first place. And this has happened to me before in Madden, where somebody's like, hey, man, I got banned for no reason. It's awful. What the heck, EA? This is terrible. Get me unbanned, please. So I reached out. This was kind of earlier in my career, and I'm like, yo, hey man, this guy says he got banned for no reason. Can you take a look at it? And they looked into it, and they're like, yeah, he got banned for a very good reason, strongly implying that he was doing something wrong, like cheating dudes, like maybe doing the DC glitch back then in Madden. I don't know. But anyways, it happens a lot. Like somebody just last year on Discord, like I got a few stories on this. Like he was like, I got banned for no reason. I'm like, really? No reason? You didn't have like a bot going on the training variety pack? He's like, well, yeah, I did, but there's no way EA could have told. I'm like, well, they kind of do. They kind of tell people. And so the same thing that I'm going to tell you about SDS, and I told you in the video the other day, do not freeze glitch people. There is a high probability you'll ban. Now, obviously, there's a probability that you might not get banned, but there is a high probability that you will. And you are going to be sad when you lose all of your hard work just because you wanted a couple free wins. So I do highly suggest you do not take that up into your hands and try and cheat the game that way. And, if you get banned, it will be for rightful reasons. There's a couple other things I want to talk about. Father's Day Conquest, man, I really hope that's freaking glitched out. The Conquest rewards this year have been a little bit underwhelming versus like last year. Last year it was wild. So we got the schedule coming on the 20th. We got Father's Day Conquest and everything. We got third inning Conquest tomorrow, player program. We got headliners on their way tomorrow. So more content on the way, which is exciting. But I think the biggest thing and the biggest I guess annoyance I've had with like, Diamond Dynasty. It's been really good this year. Overall, obviously there's always things to nitpick and find problems with, but like the event rewards have been very like confusing to me. Now maybe John Olerud is good on like Legend with his high contact, his swing. I don't really remember, haven't used him in a bit. I got to grind out the account to grab him. I mean, he's only 30,000 stubs, so maybe I should just do that. But overall, generally like grinding events, BR program I got to get done in 4 days. But overall, it does feel kind of weak, right? It does feel kind of weak that we're grinding out for 93s and then we're getting packs for like 95s, 96. It weirdly used to be the other way. I wish it was a little bit more balanced. Like I wish we were able to grind out maybe for that 96 Evan Longoria in the event instead of going, oh, well, man, what a bad freaking choice of a card. Maybe grind out. Wait, no. Longoria wasn't it. Sean Green, Longoria, Fergie Jenkins, or Braun. Like a card at this level, maybe grind out for the event for 30 wins instead of like a 93 that's basically useless on many teams. But like, it's weird because they kind of flipped. Like last year, the players in the packs, because we only really got headliners last year. There were a lot of like these Brian Roberts cards, and actually Brian Roberts ended up a lot better than I thought he was going to be. A very well balanced, actually awful power against lefty, which really does nerf the card. But he's a switch hitter. But like it does feel like last year, like we got bad cards and packs, and like this year it feels like we're getting bad cards and events. I think BR rewards are still there. World Series rewards obviously still amazing, but overall, I just kind of wish event got treated as equal to the other modes in the game. And maybe they do see events as kind of like a lesser event, because a lesser mode, because it doesn't cost anything to enter, which I guess is a fair point. But overall, I just kind of wish like they kind of juiced them a little bit. So that way there's a reason to grind it rather than just buying 30,000 stubs off the market and just filling out that way, and then use your time to try and grind BR program or rank seasons a little bit. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about today. I just want to talk about general baseball stuff. Hope you guys like the video. I don't know if you guys like these kind of videos where I just kind of like generically talk about my opinions on the game at the time. Let me know if you have any questions, comments we can talk about in future videos. Hopefully you liked it. Thumbs up if you did, thumbs down if you didn't. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.